Hi there everybody, it's UK independent demonstrator Halsey here from slimandstylish.com. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm playing with the gorgeous Posies Cling stamp set. This is a distinctive stamp set from the Stampin' Up catalogue and it is so effective. Honestly, you have just stamped that once and you get all that effect in one go. Let me show you how simple this card is to create. So to start off with, I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock that is 10.2 centimetres by 14.5 centimetres. And I have got some post-it notes. So I'm going to grab a couple of post-it notes off my pack and I'm going to cut them. So this is where the adhesive is and this is the bit that hasn't got it. And I'm just going to chop it along where the adhesive is roughly. So I'm just going to... Those two bits can just be thrown or used for something else, whatever you want to use. And then I've just got the two adhesive bits. So with the first one, I'm going to line this up on my grid paper and I'm going to pop this across. It doesn't matter at what depth you pop it across, it's wherever you want it. But I'm just going to create myself a panel that is about 1.5 inches wide. And I do this on my grid paper because it's then so easy to see that you have it straight. And I'm just going to grab a couple of pieces of scrap paper. Actually, no, I'm not. I'll mess my grid paper up. Normally, I will put scrap paper underneath so that I don't mess my grid paper up because I'm quite precious about my grid paper. But, you know, it's there to be messed. And to be a big girl, I'll mess it up, I think. I don't like things getting messy. So Highland Heather I am using for this big flower here. I've already got them all on their blocks. So this one here is I've popped on the D block. Okay, I've then got Gorgeous Grape and I'm using Gorgeous Grape for the berries, which I've got on a C block because I ran out of small blocks. And then I have got Rich Raspberry. No, I haven't. I've got Blackberry Bliss. I lied. Blackberry Bliss is the centre parts of the berries. For the leaves, I am using, and I'm using this one, and I'm doing both of them in Granny Apple Green. And then I have this little spray bit here, and I'm using Smoky Slate for that, and I'm also going to be using Smoky Slate for the sentiment. Okay. So I'm just going to bring in one colour at a time so I can kind of manage this a bit better on my desk. And I'm going to start off with the Highland Heather. I'm using Highland Heather first because it's the biggest stamp. So I like to use the biggest one first. And then I know that I've got lots of space for the little ones. So I'm just going to ink that up. And you will see this is stunning. You pop your ink on it. Okay. You might be able to see that the ink sits a lot deeper in the middle. That's this distinctive stamp. And so when you stamp it down, it automatically stamps it darker in some places than the other and gives it an automatic shadow. How super is that? It's such an effective stamp set. Keep going all the way around the card. It doesn't matter where you put your stamps, wherever you want them. Really. So this one is already starting to look different to this. I'm just building up a little background. Okay, so that's all for my Highland Heather. Pop the lid on, otherwise I'm going to get into a mess. Granny Apple Green. So with this one, again, this is the distinctive stamp. And it will stamp darker and lighter in some places, but I also want to stamp off it because I'm going to be coming in with a darker Granny Apple Green. So I'm going to ink it up and stamp off and then stamp it on my card like that. Okay, stamp it off, stamp it on the card. Okay, I'm going to go around my card with it. Okay. Then with this one here, I'm just going to stamp this normally. So I've inked it up and I'm going to pop it over the top of the leaf. So if I do this one, because this is obvious on the card first, and show you, you just want to pop it over like that so it gives them some veins. It's all about building this card up. I mean, it's so simple and so effective, but it's just keep building up the little pieces. Is that all of them? No, there's that one there. Okay, and that's the end of my Granny Apple Green. So now I have the Smoky Slate Spray, which I think is cute, and I also have the berries, which I'm doing in Gorgeous Grape. And these are going to fill up the little spaces. So I'm going to play with them both pretty much at the same time, so that I know that I can fill up all of the spaces. And I'm not worrying with the spray. I'm not going over the top of the flowers with the berries, but I don't mind with the spray going over the top of them. There we go. That kind of does it for me. I'm going to leave the lid off the Smoky Slate because I'm going to want it for the sentiment. And finally, I've got Blackberry Bliss. And this one here is these sort of 3 little half circles. And you just go over the top of your berries with those, and it kind of just adds an extra dimension to them. Such a gorgeous stamp set. Really nice. It's actually part of a kit, and there's a cards kit that goes with it, but I think it's lovely on its own as well. It's up to you what you want, but I just really like this set as it is. When you pull that off, you've got a really nice gap there to pop your sentiment in. So the sentiment is celebrating your day. Now what I did here was the bottom bit here was a little bit fuzzy, so that's where I chose to put my ribbon. You'll notice my bottom bit here is actually quite nice, but my top bit is a little bit fuzzy, so I'm going to put the ribbon across the top. So I'm going to pop the celebrating your day down on that side instead, and my ribbon's going to go here and my bow's going to go here instead. So this is 2 different ribbons. Okay, it is our gorgeous shimmer ribbon that comes with the Peony Posies that's in the catalogue. But underneath I've got the metallic trimmed ribbon as well. So I'm using both of them. So to start off with this one, I'm going to cut it as soon as I find where my scissors is on my mess of a desk. It's under a stamp set and 3 lots of inks at the side. So I'm just going to cut that so it's slightly bigger than the cardstock. Okay, and you can see exactly where I want it. I want it just there to cover that messiness up. So I'm going to pop it there and turn it over. Put my glue on. Okay. Now I do like this ribbon on its own, it is lovely, but I just liked, because of the type of card and because it does use Smoky Slate quite a bit, I just like that on top, and it does sit just inside, so it works out quite nice for a nice double ribbon. So I'm just going to pop some glue across the back here, and I'm going to feed this from one side, wrap it round, and stick it down on the other side and trim it off. Really simple and easy. And then I'm going to create my bow, and I've made it a bow with quite a long tail. Well, when I say quite a long tail, it's long for me. Okay, so that you can stick that down on there. Just going to give it a bit more in the ears. It was okay doing it with a long tail when it was just going onto the pattern, but I don't want the long tail to come onto the words. And that's going to go down like that. Okay, before I do that, I'm going to pop some dimensionals on the back here. Did I use dimensionals or did I lay that flat? I lay it flat. I'm not going to pop dimensionals on there. I'm going to lay it flat onto the card. So I've got a piece of the thick Whisper White cardstock. I've cut it in half. I've scored it in half. I'm just going to fold it and burnish it. And then I'm going to stick this the right way, completely flat on the card. Okay, and I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on top of the ribbon and stick my bow down. Like that. So there we go. There's my gorgeous Posies, gorgeous card. How simple was that? I love it. If you don't have a demonstrator and you would like to shop from Stampin' Up, do head over to my website, slimandstylish.com. Go up to the head and click on buy and it will take you to my store and you can add any items into your basket. This stamp set is the gorgeous Posies stamp set, but all of the items I've used are available on my store. If you've liked the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe and I will see you again soon. Thanks everybody, have a good day, bye.